Hi, this is Guy Harris. Welcome to Talk Like a Leader. This week's episode is titled, Kind is Not Weak. Recently, in a Bud to Boss workshop, I was having a conversation with a class member, and we were talking about coaching people on performance, confronting difficult situations, that type of scenario. And he raised this concern, and I think he raised the concern in a positive way. He had a legitimate question, and basically here's how he phrased the question. Are there situations where you need to be strong rather than kind? I mean, if you're kind, won't people think you're a pushover? And I get the point of his question. He's touching on a cultural perception, a concept that says that by being kind, you are necessarily being weak, or that by being kind, you're not being strong. And I frankly disagree. I think kind and strong, or kind and weak, are different things. Now, while weak is the opposite of strong, kind is not the opposite of strong. Kind does not equal weak. Strength and kindness are two completely independent variables that don't intersect each other. They are measuring different parts of our character or our ability to handle situations or our approach to situations. Two completely independent things that do not intersect. One is not the opposite of the other. They're just different. And because they're different, they can coexist. Kindness and strength can coexist, and kindness and weakness are not the same thing. Here's a definition of kindness. It's having a good or benevolent nature, a positive disposition, a considerate or humane disposition towards others. Strength is being mentally powerful or vigorous, great moral power, firmness, courage. And just to round things out, weakness means being liable to break or give way under pressure. The point here is that I think you can be kind and still have boundaries. You can set limits on what you will or will not tolerate. You can have very firm boundaries and be strong in your expression of them and strong in your enforcement of them, and simultaneously enforce your boundaries or hold to your principles in a kind way. To illustrate the point, I'll point to the television show Shark Tank. I don't remember the exact episode. It was a few years ago I saw this. It made a big impact on me, though. One of the sharks, Robert Herjavec, was having a conversation with an entrepreneur, a potential business partner. As they negotiated the specifics of a deal, the person looking for funding from the sharks started pushing Herjavec for concessions. They went back and forth several times. I don't remember exactly. I think it was about the third or fourth back and forth exchange between the two of them, where the person pushed for concessions and Herjavec would say, basically, this is my offer. And the person would push for a concession and Herjavec would say, this is my offer. And as the person continued to push Herjavec, he said, please don't mistake my kindness for weakness. In that moment, he kindly enforced his boundaries. He was strong in his principles. He was strong in his boundaries. He was kind in his expression of them. So as you think about how to talk like a leader, how to engage with your team, how to confront difficult situations, how to coach people on performance, how to resolve conflicts, all the myriad things you have to do from a leadership perspective, remember that kind is not weak. You can be both strong and kind at the same time. If you can find a way to express the boundaries you hold or the principles you stand for, set limits on your interactions with others, clearly and confidently communicate those to others, and do it in a kind way, you can talk like a leader. This has been the Talk Like a Leader podcast. You can listen to this show every week wherever you get your podcast. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'm Guy Harris, and thanks for listening.